Broadcasting from the University of Michigan, the Michigan Youth Caucus and the University of Michigan College Democrats present DEMTV. With your hosts, Josh Strasnick and Dana Cronin.
Tonight's top stories: fewer college graduates spell more problems for Michigan.
And Senator Joseph Lieberman decides to endorse Senator John McCain for the presidency.
Boo. And Saudi Arabia outlaws the greatest holiday ever created by Hallmark.
Broadcasting live from beautiful Ann Arbor, this is DEMTV.
Good evening, this is Dana Cronin.
And I'm Josh Strasnick, bringing you another edition of DEMTV.
A bi-weekly policy update brought to you by the Michigan Youth Caucus, the University of Michigan College Dems, and College Dems chapters from around the state.
We begin tonight with news from our own Pleasant Peninsula, and unfortunately it's not good news. A new report predicts that our home state, which has already fallen from 20th to 26th in per capita income over the past 6 years, will continue to fall toward the mid-30s unless the state can begin to produce more college graduates. While there is almost no one with a pulse that didn't already know that the only way to improve our dismal economic situation is through more widespread education, we now have a study proving the economics equivalent of a round earth.
In other news, Senator Joe Lieberman is continuing down the road to becoming a Republican. Aides to the Connecticut senator say it is quite possible that Senator Lieberman will be attending the GOP convention to support Senator John McCain. Democratic insiders are throwing a fit over this revelation, saying that it is incomprehensible how a person who was advocating for a Democratic president only 2 years ago could now support a Republican. Apparently, as bad as it is to support a Republican for president, attending the Republican convention to support that candidate is countless times worse.
Next up, news from a fellow university. Anybody who thought that the old hippie anti-war days were gone from Berkeley, California is dead wrong. Currently, there is a standoff between pro-military demonstrators and anti-war activists with a potential showdown looming. What does all of this conflict stem from? The City Council is set to meet at 7 p.m. on Tuesday night to decide whether to rescind their previous vote that urged Marine recruiters to leave the famous college town. Not only did the vote urge recruiters to leave, but the resolution also used some ironically harsh language for anti-war activism, saying, quote, "If recruiters choose to stay, they do so as uninvited and unwelcomed intruders. Many on the pro-military side, surprisingly, and Coulter is not one of them, are weighing in on the town's vote, believing it to be treasonous and unacceptable." On the other side of things, the group Code Pink, that is their real name, has led anti-war activists in singing peace songs and chanting anti-war slogans outside the Marine recruiting office, encouraged by the Council's recommendations that residents and organizations should, quote, "volunteer to impede, passively or actively, by nonviolent means, the work of any military recruiting office located in the city of Berkeley." Whether the City Council is likely to rescind its vote remains to be seen. Also remaining to be seen is who Vegas odds makers would favor in a steel cage match between Code Pink and pro-military supporters.
All right, and with that, we are now going to send you a very interesting introduction from the Kalamazoo College chapter of College Democrats. They will be bringing us a segment from their weekly program called the Sunday Soapbox. So with that, take it away.
Good evening. University of Michigan, you are getting your first look at the Sunday Soapbox. I'm Jimmy Kelly.
And I'm Mark Morrow. The Sunday Soapbox is a Kalamazoo College produced Democratic talk show closely affiliated with the Kalamazoo College Democrats. We kind of focus on current events of the day and try and make them light and entertaining.
Sunday Soapbox actually started out as a radio show back in January 2006. Mark and I were there in those early primitive days, and now we moved into Kalamazoo College's brand spanking new television studio. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it, Mark?
Oh, it's absolutely wonderful.
We got ladders and clackers and monkeys, but more on that later. Actually, it's a great segue into our correspondence, because it's not just me and Mark that makes this show run. We've got great people we keep out in the field, by which I mean a green screen, every week. Lane Powell, Ellen Smith, Maggie Jackson. The show would not be possible without them. And Kevin Forrester, he's our intern here at the Sunday Soapbox. See, the intern climbs his way up to the top, like Mark did one fateful year, to sit at this desk. And We're running Kevin through that ringer right now. He's doing a great job, and he also works double time as what we call the Beastmaster, because we have a primate correspondent, the primary primate. Can we get a shot of Jeff? That's Jeff Eustace Obama Clinton Edwards Gravel. He is the primary primate. He covers all the off-the-beaten-path stories in the primary race. This is our Sunday Soapbox family. We'd like to share our family with your family, your Wolverine family. So check us out and get with the Sunday Soapbox phenomenon. I call it a phenomenon. Mark doesn't. Now, I don't know much about the economic relations between members of Congress in the 1980s and the Mujahideen, but I have seen Charlie Wilson's War. That's great news for my fantasy team.
Your fantasy team?
My Election 08 fantasy team. So it's really good. You know, I benched Ron Paul and I started McCain and Romney and Clinton, and they racked up some serious points for me. And undecided was huge.
Let's get out here and see what the people think.
Can we get her juice?
I don't need juice, Jimmy. I need news. I need to report the news. The important news that the people want to hear.
Fruit punch, orange, I don't care.
I'm Senator John McCain. I'm watching Sunday Soapbox. And the guy that asked the question, you got to make a lot smarter than he is today. Okay?
Finally, this week's shameless plug. If you want to get your chapter of the College Dems involved in DEMTV, email Dana Cronin, that's D. Cronin, at umich.edu.
All right, and if you can't get enough of DEMTV, check us out on iTunes. Just search DEMTV, one word, and download the free podcast straight to your favorite iPod. Signing off, this has been Dana Cronin.
And Josh Strosnack.
Go blue and keep it liberal.